Facts First presents Woman buys a dog and makes a horrible discovery, so she calls the police. You know, it would be horrible for us to discover that you clicked that like button. No, wait, I'm sorry, though that would be a good discovery. Either way, click the like button. And also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. A dog can make a wonderful addition to any family. When a person's looking to adopt a dog, Facebook is usually a good place to start, too. When a person's thinking about adopting a dog, they can log on to their Facebook account and see a list of dogs for sale or even free dogs who are up for adoption. And that's what Kelly Benzel did when she decided to adopt a dog. It was right around Christmas time, and she was sure that a great gift would be a new dog. Well, while on Facebook, she found a post by somebody who was selling a pit bull mix named Rocco. Now, according to the post, the previous owners had only had him for a few months. Kelly saw the photo with the dog and she immediately fell in love with him. The dog looked so sweet and she was sure that this was the dog for her family. She decided that he was the one, so she contacted the seller, and she set up a time so that they could meet and she could pick up this new member of her family. When Kelly saw Rocco, she thought that he was even cuter in person than he was in his photos. Well, she gave the seller the money and she put Rocco in her car. But when this woman bought the dog and took him home, she made a devastating discovery. After she was driving for only a few miles, Kelly started to smell something funny. The more she drove, the worse that smell got. Well, finally she pulled over to find out why her new family member smelled so bad. He was wearing a harness, and when she picked him up, she took it off to see if there was something underneath it. When she removed the harness, she saw something horrifying. Under the harness was a gash that was 6 inches long and 1.5 inches deep. She couldn't believe somebody would allow something like that to happen to such a sweet dog. She couldn't believe somebody would let something like that happen to any dog. Well, rather than taking the dog home to meet his new family, she took him straight to the vet. When she arrived, they took him right in. The vet said the odor was caused by a serious infection. They told Kelly that Rocco's harness had been on him since he was very young, and as the dog grew, the harness became embedded in its skin. Kelly couldn't believe somebody would be so cruel. The vet put medicine on the wound and then covered it with a bandage. They also gave Kelly follow-up instructions so that she could care the dog when she did get him home. When Kelly got home, she immediately contacted the seller of the dog, and the seller tried to bribe Kelly. They told her that the former owners would be willing to pay the vet bills. Kelly told the seller that money was not the issue here. She stopped communicating immediately with them and called the local police. When questioned by the cops, the dog's previous owners stated that they never took the harness off the dog because he would try to run away and it was difficult to catch him. Well, the police didn't like that explanation, and the seller and the previous owners were all charged and given a court date. All 3 were charged with mistreatment of animals causing death. They were released on $1,500 bail. If the 3 are found guilty, they would receive a maximum sentence of up to 3.5 years in prison. Now, many people believe that if these people get any less than the maximum sentence, it would be a miscarriage of justice. Nobody has the right to treat animals like this. They don't have a right to abuse animals. Rocco deserves justice for what was done to him when he was young, as well as his brothers and sisters who didn't survive. Fortunately, Rocco's now living with a family who loves him and treats him right. He no longer needs to wear a harness because, well, he would never try to run away from this new family. Kelly hopes that Rocco's story will bring awareness to the horrible treatment dogs don't deserve. She says that since dogs can't speak up for themselves, it's up to humans to do the speaking for them. Fortunately, Rocco did get justice. In September 2017, all 3 of his abusers were sentenced to 30 days in jail. Kelly doesn't think it was enough, and neither do I, but she does hope that their time in jail will keep them from ever hurting an animal again. Subscribe for more.